Well, at this point in the race, you cannot trust the polls, and tonight we'll show you just some of the reasons why. First, a lot of people just aren't paying much attention yet. For example, we are not in a recession and have not been in 4 years, but a recent Harris poll for The Guardian shows a majority think that we are, and around half think the stock market, which is substantially up from last year, is down from last year, and they think unemployment, which remains near a 50-year low, is at a 50-year high. What more can you say?
Oh, look, frost.
Well, University of Virginia professor Dr. Larry Sabato congratulated the news media on a terrific job of public education. But a growing number of Americans are drawing their perceptions from social media posts and opinion shows over what many would call traditional news media. And as we approach the election, some of them will expand their range and pay closer attention to government and to politics, and that can and does often move polls one way or the other. Now, we can expect around 25% to remain out of touch. For context, a few years ago, a National Science Foundation poll found 1 in 4 Americans thought the sun revolves around the earth. But again, many more voters who may not be keyed in right now either learn or remember more about the candidates as we approach Election Day, making a lot of the polls we see today mean little to nothing in the end. And as Sabato also noted, polls will bounce around a good deal until they finally begin to mean something. And then even at that point, many will be poorly done and misleading. So the next time you hear someone say a new poll shows this or a new poll shows that, or someone gloats or frets over the polls based on whatever the numbers show right now, there are a few things you may want to remember, starting right here in Florida.
And so I have no doubt that after tomorrow evening that I will be our Democratic nominee for governor.
Yeah, in 2022, just a week before the Democratic primary for governor, University of North Florida polling gave Nikki Fried a 4-point lead over Charlie Crist. And 1 week later, she lost by 24 points. In national politics, less than a month before the 1980 presidential election, incumbent Jimmy Carter led by 8 points, and then Reagan won in a landslide.
That I will do my utmost to justify your fate.
Of course, more recently, Hillary Clinton led Donald Trump by 6 to 8 points in the national average of polls in 2016, less than 3 weeks before the election, and Democrats thought they had it.
You see her gaining, strength since her convention with women in particular.
She narrowly won the popular vote, but then lost the election in the Electoral College. Again, she had a commanding lead less than a month before the election. And here today, we're around 5 months before the election when polls can count for even less. Case in point, in May of 1988, Michael Dukakis led Vice President George H.W. Bush by 10 to 13 points. Bush then won in a landslide. Then 4 years later, in late June of 1992, President George H.W. Bush led Bill Clinton by 8 points. And then Clinton won by nearly 6 points in the end and ran up the score in the Electoral College.
In massive numbers, the American people have voted to make a new beginning.
In August of 2008, John McCain opened a 5-point lead over Barack Obama. Obama then beat McCain in a landslide. Then in 2012, President Obama trailed Mitt Romney by 3 points in May. Obama trailed 1 point in Gallup's final election survey. And then Obama routed Romney on election night. And if you don't remember how the polls gave Romney a false sense of security there, what more can you say?
Man, you definitely got Romnesia.
Just a few simple reminders of how little the polls can mean, especially in the spring or summer before an election, in the shifting world of money, power, and politics.